स्टार्ट कर। गुड आफ्टरनून बच्चों, गुड आफ्टरनून। Good afternoon. Confirm I am audible to you. Visible, so I can confirm because good afternoon, very good afternoon. Good afternoon, Anu, Shyam, Chandu, Farida. Good afternoon, Durga Prasad, Swati. Good afternoon, Ananya. Good afternoon, bachchon. Good afternoon, Manish. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Farida, Avinash. Ramya, good afternoon. Manisha, good afternoon. Kavita, good afternoon. Sneha, good afternoon. Preeti, good afternoon. Good afternoon, bachcho, good afternoon. One of you can remind me what we have done yesterday? Good day, hi sir. Good afternoon. Gauri, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ganeshwar. Sharanya, good afternoon. Monica, good afternoon. Sundar, good afternoon. Notochord. Okay, so notochord I have told you na. Notochord present in the embryo, that means they are notochord, they are chordates. Notochord not present in the embryo, they are not chordates. We can call them non-chordates. Okay. Notochord complete ho gaya? Right. These are the basis of classification that are over. We'll take one by one phylum. Okay, so starting with phylum chordata. Sorry, phylum porifera. Phylum porifera. These are sponges, commonly called sponges. Some main points about the phylum porifera. Okay, so you know that they have already, that you know, they have cellular grade of organization, no need to write. They have cellular grade of organization, right? Now, how many germ layers they have? How many germ layers in their embryo? 0. They don't have any germ layers. So they are neither diploblastic, they are not triploblastic. 0. Very good. Now, main points about main points. Point number 1 is the only phylum without any neuron. Phylum Porifera is the only phylum without nerve cells. Okay, so there are no nerve cells. Nerve cells. Only phylum with cellular level of organization. Only phylum where the digestion of food is intracellular. Intracellular. Only phylum where this already we have done na cellular grade. No need to write again. There are no nerve cell. Digestion is intracellular in this phylum. Okay, there are no respiratory, no circulatory, and no excretory system. All is being done in their body surface. Now, some special features about this phylum we have to mention. For example, they have got a system of holes, pore on their body, right? A system of holes or pores on their body. On their body, there are many pores. One end of the body is fixed to the substratum. There are many pores, and these pores let the water enter into the main body cavity. I mean, their body cavity is called spongocoel. You can see these holes, and through all these holes, water enter into the body cavity, and through this big pore or big hole here, water goes out. So water goes out from here, but water comes through these. And this forms a system of water movement, and we call this as canal system. Now, this is called canal system. Water, they live in water, water comes in, water comes out, water goes out, right? Now, and these are the canal. If I, make this a bigger one, then you'll find that this is a canal of cells. Now, how the water is being pulled inside? Is there any motor fitted? Because you'll find that water is going into this and coming out. They are in water, submerged in water. How come? Who is, like pushing? Is offline class finished? My offline class, just now over. Just now my offline classes are over. Yes, choanocytes, Preeti, you are right. So here you will have some special cells, and these type of cells are special to this phylum only. And these cells, they have got flagellum. Each cell has got one flagellum and a collar. Okay, so this flagellum keep on beating, and they keep on beating in such a way that the water current can be generated and the water can be pushed inside. These cells, they have a collar, therefore these cells are called collar cell. Now these cells are not only inside, but they also line the spongocoel, and this is an important point for the examination. Yesterday, people were asking, sir, what is the syllabus? Okay. So I found that the syllabus is given as up to phylum Nidaria. Up to phylum Nidaria. Right? So this is their spongocoel, the main body cavity. We can call this as spongocoel. Spongocoel. Seal means cavity, and cavity of sponges. We can call it as spongocoel. Spongocoel. This is important point. They may ask you what is the name of the cavity, and by the name itself you understand this is the cavity. And these special cell which I have made them here, these cells, they line the canal. This is a canal, and they are pushing the water inside. And not only they line the canal, but they also line the spongocoel. This point, please understand that they line both the places. These cells, they are called collar cell because of their special design. Okay. Now these cells have a collar. Now I'm now making the collar. This is their collar, and this is the flagellum inside. You can see the flagellum inside, and this type of cell is called collar cell. Okay, collar cell or choanocyte. Choanocyte. I am putting a hashtag here. A hashtag means this feature is only present in this phylum. It is an exclusive feature. If you find this feature in any animal, it can never be any other than sponge. It cannot be any other than member of phylum Porifera. You understand? So that's why I'm putting a hashtag. So this hashtag is actually, I'm using it for special features, exclusive feature, choanocytes. Plus, this is canal. There is a canal system, canal system, and this canal system, water going through these holes and coming out. This is also hashtag. Means only this phylum has got this canal system. No other phylum has got the canal system, right? Okay, so collar cells, canal system. This canal system is their lifeline. This canal system is their lifeline. Through the canal system, they are doing so many work. For example, they do the food gathering. They do the food gathering. Okay, then respiratory gas exchange, and also elimination of waste. Elimination of waste. So these are the three main functions. Number one, food capture or food gathering. Number two, respiratory gas exchange. And number three is the removal or elimination of waste. FRE, please remember FRE. FRE means food gathering, then respiratory exchange, and elimination of waste. These are the functions of the canal system. Okay, I will also put some star mark or important points. Important means a question will be asked on this. Okay, a question is asked on these exclusive features. Always remember exclusive features like choanocytes. These are the two exclusive features. questions are asked. And questions are asked that these choanocytes line both canal system as well as the cavity. Okay, guys, you got some idea, right? And I told you the only phylum where digestion is intracellular inside the cell, just like in the case of amoeba, the only phylum without any nerve cell and the only phylum with cellular grade of organization. No other phylum has cellular level of organization. No other phylum. Okay, bacho? Right. What else we should know about them? What else we should know about them? Yes. So sexes are not separate, but they are hermaphrodite. The hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means sexes are not separate. It means sexes are not separate. Sexes are not separate. Can you? Who can tell me? Can I call them monoecious? Can I call them monoecious? Can I call them bisexual? Can I call them bisexual? Which one is correct? Monoecious or bisexual? Hermaphrodite. Which one is correct? Monoecious or bisexual? Come on. Yes, both are correct. Same thing. Either you can call them monoecious, you can call them bisexual, and it means sexes are separate, or you can call them hermaphrodites. Right? Hermaphrodites. Very good. Now their reproduction is both, sexual reproduction as well as asexual reproduction. Reproduction is both sexual and asexual. In sexual reproduction, reproduction, you will find that the fertilization, a very important point, fertilization is internal. Yes, fertilization is internal. Development here, bachcho, the development is indirect. Development is indirect. There is a larval stage in between. Larval stage. And the larva doesn't look like the adult. Neither in morphology nor in physiology. Larva is different from the adult in terms of morphology, in terms of physiology. Are you guys with me? So there is a larval stage. What we can say? What we can say for them? The development is indirect. We can say development is indirect. Fertilization is internal. Okay? Reproduction is both sexual and asexual. Asexual reproduction occurs by fragmentation. It occurs by fragmentation. Let me tell you about this phylum, bachcho. So this is inside the water, and some scientists, they experimented. They just crushed them. They crushed them under their foot. And afterwards, they found that cells which are scattered, now they started accumulating. And one same species, cells of the same species, they recognize each other and start aggregating and reforming the whole organism again, reforming again. So the only phylum where it has got maximum or highest power of regeneration. Okay, in terms of phylum, the power of regeneration is the highest. Power of regeneration is the highest. An important point, power of regeneration highest. This is an example of a phylum where power of regeneration is highest. Right? So these are some points. They have got skeleton. Their shape, skeleton means any structure that give shape and support. Any structure that provides shape and support is called skeleton. Their skeleton is formed by two things. Okay, skeleton is formed by both spicules and fibers. Spicules and fibers. Spicules are made up of silica, or calcium carbonate, either siliceous or calcareous, either made up of silica or calcium carbonate. Fibers are made up of spongin. Spongin is a protein. Spongin protein. So this form their endoskeleton. Beta, this forms their endoskeleton. Endoskeleton, okay? Which skeleton? Endoskeleton. Endoskeleton. What is skeleton? Any structure that provides shape and support. Any structure that provides shape and support is skeleton. Okay? The phylum, the only phylum with highest power of regeneration is phylum Porifera. The only phylum where the neurons are absent, phylum Porifera. These members are hermaphrodite. That means the sexes are not separate. They are not separate. Let me give you one trick to remember here. Not a trick, but some pattern. And bachcho, remember that from Porifera, from the phylum Porifera, up to the phylum Platyhelminthes, Platyhelminthes, Platyhelminthes. All these phylum, in all these phylum, the members are hermaphrodite. They are hermaphrodite. Ante sexes are not separate. The first phylum where sexes are separate, anyone who can tell me? The first phylum where sexes are separate? Okay, I'll write here like special point. The first phylum, the first dioecious, the first dioecious phylum. Yes, who will tell me? I will shout out the name. The first dioecious, Eschelminthis sahiti, Sahiti, Ramya, good answer. And also Shyam Chandu, Sharanya, yes. And oh, so many, Shrinu Durga Prasad, so many Bhumika, yes. Sharanya, Manish, Swati, very good. The first phylum, which is dioecious, is Aschelminthis. Aschelminthis. I think you can also relate because the pictures in the diagram you see, they show ascaris, the male ascaris and the female ascaris. The female ascaris is longer and the male ascaris is shorter. That means male and female body can be seen only from Aschelminthis. The male and female body can be seen only from Aschelminthis. Now, this is how I learned. This is how I am sure that till Platyhelminthes, the sexes are not separate. No doubt there is an exception in Platyhelminthes where sex is separate. But for our answers, you can simply answer Porifera to Platyhelminthes. Sexes are not separate. All of them are monoecious or hermaphrodite or can be called bisexual. Okay, so this is an important point, an important pattern that you can remember. Coming back to this phylum, I'll revise all the points of this phylum. Cellular grade of organization, only phylum without a nerve cell, only phylum where digestion is intracellular, only phylum having collar cell and canal system. Canal system is entry of water through many holes and exit of water through a single opening on the top. These holes from where water enters, these are known as ostia, and this opening is called osculum. Ostia, these are ostia, and this one is osculum. Why I am calling them ostia, not ostium? Ostium is one because there are so many of them, ostia plural. And yes, you're right, Ananya, the cavity is spongocele. Ostia, the water go from ostia through the canal, it enters the spongocele and then come out through the osculum. This is called canal system. Canal system is their lifeline. It help in food capture, food gathering. It help in respiratory exchange and elimination of waste. A special cell called choanocytes line the canal as well as the spongocele. Coming to the next slide, They are hermaphrodite. Sexes are not separate. Either you can call them hermaphrodite or you can call them monoecious or you can even call them bisexual. All means the same. They have an endoskeleton made up of spicules and fibers. Spicules, these are spicules which are made up of silica or calcium carbonate, and fibers are made up of a protein, spongin. Now this provides shape to the body. This gives shape to the body. Most of the members are asymmetric. Most of these members are asymmetric. Okay? Done. I am now doing only the main points. Let me take you to the examples of this phylum. Examples, okay? 3 examples are given in the NCERT. As per our NCERT, 3 examples are given. Number 1, you have cycon. Number 2, you have got spongilla, spongilla. And number 3, Cycon spongilla, and number 3 is Euspongia. Euspongia. Euspongia is also called bath sponge, or bathing sponge. Spongilla is actually a freshwater sponge. It is a freshwater sponge, and Cycon is commonly called Scypha. It is commonly called SCYPHA, Scypha. Scypha. Okay. Some more example I want to, and their pictures are also given. Some more example, 2 more example I want to give you. One is Euplactella. What is that? I'm writing Euplactella. Euplactella. Okay. And number 2 is Cliona. These are additional but very important example. Starting with Euplactella, you can remember it by breaking the word in U, then plact, Euplact and Ella. So you join them, Euplactella, and this is easy, Cliona. This is Cli or Cli, and this is Ona, Cliona or Cliona. Okay. Now, Euplactella is important because it is also known as the Venus flower basket. Now, this is not important because it is known as Venus flower basket. I'm telling you the common name, it is Venus flower basket. But why it is important? Because it is also called the gift of Japan. The gift of Japan or Japan. In Japan, it is considered as a very precious wedding gift. If original skeleton is found, and if at all inside that skeleton 2 small shrimp bodies can, because why body? If you take them out, obviously those 2 shrimp remain inside. Shrimp are not the fishes. They look like fish, but they are not fish. Shrimps are crustaceans, arthropoda. So the shrimp can enter, but they cannot come out. And when you take the skeleton out, the shrimp die. And you see the skeleton, the 2 bodies can be seen inside, dying inside, trapped inside. So this is a symbolism, a symbol of union till death. Only death or not even death make us apart. Not even death make us apart. So it is a very precious and like considered to be a very good wedding gift in Japan. Okay, so it is symbolism of union till death. Original Euplactella are not available these days. Chinese made Euplactella are available. Chinese made. Chinese people can make the exact copy of such an intricate design of Euplactella. If I show you Euplactella, you will amaze that how beautiful nature has made. The siliceous, the spicules are made up of silica. So when you take them out, it look like glass-like, as if tiny threads of glass, they have made the structure. So very beautiful, okay, Euplactella. Venus flower basket, gift of Japan, or particularly wedding gift of Japan. Cliona. Now, why Cliona is important? Because it has got commercial importance. Why commercial importance? Places, areas, shore where there is Cliona. Pearl industry is very poor. Pearl formation is almost negligible. Once again, in the areas where Cliona is living or Cliona is plenty, pearls, pearl, moti, pearls, pearls are, pearl industry is very much affected. Reason being, this can make a hole in the shell of pearl oyster. It can make a hole in the shell of pearl oyster. It live on that and make a pore, make a hole, make a randram in the shell of pearl oyster. And when the pore is done, hole is created, pearl formation cannot occur inside. So we can say this is a threat to the pearl industry. Therefore, it is also called boring sponge. We can also call this as boring. It can bore inside, boring sponge. And why it is important? Because it is a threat. It is a threat to pearl industry. Pearl industry. It is a threat to the pearl industry. So I hope you understand these two examples. I know these two examples, Euplactella and Cliona, are not in the NCERT. Remaining three examples are NCERT. Weak syllabus, beta, weak syllabus, I told you, up to Cnidaria. Phylum, Cnidaria, C-N-I-D-A, Cnidaria, phylum Cnidaria. Well, that's all about phylum Platyhelminthes. That's all you need to know about phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Cnidaria. Phylum Cnidaria. Phylum Cnidaria. This phylum is named so because there is a very special type of cell called nidoblast or nidocytes. This is commonly called stinging cells. Stinging cells. Commonly called stinging cells. Nidoblast or nidocytes, commonly called stinging cells. This cell is actually, this has got one capsule inside, and you know what that capsule called? That capsule is called nematocyst. That capsule is called nematocyst. This capsule I'm talking about. A capsule inside the cell called nematocyst. Nematocyst. This is the cell. I'm making this the nucleus of the cell. Okay. Many organelles of the cell. It's a cell actually. And inside there is a capsule called nematocyst. And inside this nematocyst, you'll find there is a tube which is folded inside. Now, this is their weapon, okay? A tube which is folded inside. And here is their trigger. There is a trigger here. If someone touches the trigger, this trigger is called ledocil. What happens that this whole tube comes out. And when it, due to change in the pressure, it comes out. And when it fires, right, it can attach to any other thing. So it help in anchorage. It help in anchorage. It can hurt someone. It can help in defense. Or it can also help in capturing the prey. Capturing the prey. It can help in prey capture because, when it is fired out, there are very, very tiny, needles or spines are there. And through those spines, a small amount of toxin can be released. The toxin called hypnotoxin and this toxin make the prey paralyzed. It will sleep for some time, and by that time they can consume, right? So this is the specialty. I want to show you this nidoblast. Okay. Meanwhile, this cyst, this is called nematocyst. This is called nematocyst. Please learn. Please learn, bachcho. Let me show you main points you have to do. This is nidoblast, nematoblast, nematocyst. If I can get both the pictures wherein I can show you in both stages, the folded one as well as fired one. This picture. You can see this picture. Try to get the easy one. If I can get an easy one, I'll show you easy one. These are those pictures. This is the NCERT picture, this one, NCERT one. And this is an easy design, how you draw. It is an easy design. And this is a fired one. This is fired stage. And this is unfired. Now here it is unfired. And this can be shown as fired, where the thread tube has come out. You get the point? Okay. Okay. This one is fired once again. This one is fired stage. This picture I want to show you. This picture, try to see. Or this picture. This is a better one. Easy one. Unfired, okay. There is a trigger called nidocil, and if this trigger is touched, then the cover opens up. This is operculum cover. This opens up, and this comes out. It is discharged. And if you notice this, it has got tiny spines, and these spines inject a small amount of toxin called hypnotoxin in the body of the prey. It can inject a very small amount of toxin called hypnotoxin in the body of the prey here. So this is all spiny. This is spiny in nature. It can release hypnotoxin, and it also helps in anchorage. I'll show you how it is doing the work of anchorage. You can see here it has anchored around this one. You know the meaning of anchor. Anchor is anchor, okay? Anchor. Have you seen someone throwing a rope on the wall and trying to climb the rope? The rope may come down, but to make the rope struck on the wall, okay, that they tie some metallic thing at the end, and that is called anchor. To stop the boat, to stop the ship, they also use the word the anchor. The literal meaning of anchor. This is an anchor, okay, anchor. And I told you that the word anchorage. Anchorage means getting anchored to something. Anchorage, getting anchored to something. Anchorage. So these are the functions of nidoblast. It helps in anchorage, it helps in defense, and also help in capture of prey, ADC. Stinging cell, the nematocyst. The cyst is this one, nematocyst, and this hole is called stinging cell, also called nidoblast or nidocyte. I put a hashtag here. Hashtag means this is a special feature. No other phylum has got this type of cell. But no other phylum has this type of cell. Note down, this is a hashtag here, stinging cell. Well, some points that you already know about them. One point is they are diploblastic. One point is they are radially symmetrical. Diploblastic, radially symmetrical. These points already you know about them, right? If you remember, one more point if you know about them is that they have their digestion is partly extracellular and partly intracellular. Right? So this is a transition between intra and extra. First phylum intracellular, and this phylum partly extra and remaining intracellular. This is again a special feature here. Okay? Digestion. So digestion is both, dual, both. It is extra, extra plus intra. Extra plus intra. Okay, guys? This is clear to you? Right. Now, the number 2 is very lucky for them. Have you seen? The number 2 is very lucky for this phylum. It is the second phylum of animal kingdom. This phylum has both extracellular plus intracellular, again 2, extracellular, intracellular. One thing is that there are 2 germ layers, 2 germinal layers, diploblastic, 2 germinal layers, they are diploblastic. They can be found in both marine and fresh water. They can be found in both marine and fresh water. Whereas sponges are marine. Only spongilla is a freshwater example. Only spongilla is a freshwater. They are marine. But this one is both marine as well as freshwater. Okay. This is again something. Another thing that is true here is that they have got dual type of body form. The body form is both polyp as well as medusa. Medusa. The body forms are both polyp as well as medusa. Again, something related to 2, lucky number 2, polyp and medusa. Okay. Some of the cnidarians, they have a polyp design. And how a polyp design is? A polyp design is a straight pole-like design. To remember, polyp is pole-like, pole. You can see this is a pole-like, okay? And these are the tentacles. Here is the mouth, and you can see this is a gastrovascular cavity. This cavity is called gastrovascular cavity. This cavity is called gastrovascular cavity. Gastrovascular cavity. Name of the cavity is different here. These structures are the tentacles. These are tentacles. Tentacles. This is mouth. Underneath the mouth is this raised structure called hypostome. Hypostome. This is a polyp, pole-like. It is fixed, it is sessile, non-motile. Sessile, it is non-motile. The other design is actually an umbrella shaped. The other one is an umbrella shaped design, umbrella-like. Here is the mouth. This is hypostome, and well, these are the tentacles, as you can see here, tentacles. This is umbrella shaped. This is called polyp. Pole-like polyp. Pole-like polyp. Polyp, pole-like. Medusa. Medusa. Umbrella-like. Umbrella. It is umbrella-like. Polyp, pole-like. This one is free swimming. This one is free swimming. This one is free swimming. This one is sessile, fixed. Do you see an electric pole moving? No, electric pole is not moving. It is fixed. But this is free living. So, some members are like this, some members are like that. Okay, in one member, so they keep on changing also, but I talk about that also. So, two type of body design. Polyp medusa, polyp medusa, polyp medusa, polyp medusa. Polyp is fixed. Medusa is free swimming. Medusa is free swimming. Free swimming. Polyp is fixed, also called sessile, non-motile. Okay, point number one. Point number two, difference is this reproduces asexually. Asexually. Whereas this reproduces sexually. Medusa reproduces sexually. Polyp reproduces asexually. Example of polyp. So many examples like Hydra, Adamsia. Adamsia is sea anemone. Hydra, Adamsia. Example of Medusa is Aurelia. Aurelia means jellyfish. Aurelia, jellyfish. Hydra, also called Hydra. Adamsia, also called sea anemone. Sea anemone. So there are two type of body forms, polyp and medusa. Polyp is pole-like, asexually reproducing form, and medusa is sexually reproducing form. Some organisms exist in both. They have a polyp. Polyp can give rise to medusa, and medusa can give rise to polyp. Some organisms where the polyp can give rise to medusa, and medusa can give rise to polyp. Okay, what shall I write here? Polyp is giving rise to medusa. Sexually or asexually? Sexually or asexually? Tell me. What shall I write here? S or A? Sexually or asexually? Polyp to medusa. Asexual. Good. This is asexually. And medusa giving rise to polyp sexually. This alternation of form, alternation of generation, this alternation of generation is known as metagenesis. Metagenesis. This is very, very, very important for examination. Metagenesis. Very, very, very important for NEET examination. This is called metagenesis. Polyp can give rise to medusa. Medusa can give rise to polyp. Metagenesis. Not all forms show metagenesis. Example, Obelia. Obelia. Obelia can give rise to both. It has got a polyp. Polyp can give rise to medusa, and the medusa can give rise to polyp. Obelia. Metagenesis seen in Obelia. बच्चों, metagenesis seen in Obelia. Very important example. This is called metagenesis. This is called metagenesis. Remember here Obelia. Obelia example, Obelia, metagenesis. Who will tell me, polyp or medusa, which one is diploid and which one is haploid? Out of these two, which one is diploid, which one is haploid? Come on. Little tricky, I know. Which one is, yes, it is also called sea fur. People are saying medusa is diploid, polyp, diploid, medusa haploid, diploid is polyp, medusa diploid, polyp Polyp diploid, medusa diploid. Bachcho, both are diploid. Both are diploid. Please understand. This is not plant wala. Haplontic, diplontic alternation. Both are diploid. Both are diploid forms. This is different from the plants. In the plant, there is a haploid-diploid alternation. Here, the alternation is medusa, polyp. In the plants, haploid-diploid forms. So this is different from the plant's alternation of generation. This particular alternation of generation is known as metagenesis. 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 I have not seen in any other phylum of animal kingdom where you can see metagenesis. Both are the diploid forms. Tell me one answer. What is metamerism? What is metamerism? Metamerism. ये तो metagenesis. Metamerism क्या हो? Segmentation, serial repetition of unit. Very good. That is the word for segmentation. Let us not get confused. Metagenesis is different and that is different. Metamerism is segmentation, true segmentation, polyp, fixed, medusa, free swimming. This is a phylum where two type of form. This is polyp, this is medusa. Example, Hydra Adamsia. Example, Aurelia. In this phylum, many things are two. Second phylum of animal kingdom. It has got both two, intracellular and extracellular digestion. There are two germinal layers. It is diploid. It is diploblastic. It is diploblastic. Diploblastic. It is both marine and freshwater. Marine and freshwater. It reproduces both sexually and asexually. Polyp reproduce asexually. Asexually. And medusa reproduce sexually. Medusa reproduce sexually. Tell me fertilization. Fertilization. Yes, guys. Fertilization. Who will tell me? It is external. External. Yes, you said right. External. Fertilization, external. Development. Development. Indirect. Development, indirect. Fertilization, external. Development, indirect. Fertilization, external. Development, indirect. Many things are two here. Second phylum of animal kingdom. Second phylum of animal kingdom. Second phylum of animal kingdom. Of animal kingdom. Animal kingdom. The characteristic cell is this cell called nematoblast, a characteristic cell, a stinging cell present in no other phylum. No other phylum has polyp and medusa, two type of form. Well, polyp and medusa, obviously, they are diploblastic, they are radially symmetrical. Diploblastic, radially symmetrical. Metagenesis, okay? And this trick, porifera to platyhelminthes, all are hermaphrodite. All are first dioecious phylum is Aschelminthes, you said right. And lastly, bachon of this class, I give you examples, okay? Examples. So example, Hydra, commonly called Hydra. Hydra, commonly called Hydra. Polyp or medusa? Polyp. Adamsia. Adam plus cia. Adamsia. Also called sea anemone. Sea anemone. It is a polyp. Aurelia. Aurelia. Jellyfish. Aurelia, jellyfish. Aurelia, jellyfish. This is Medusa. Medusa, okay? Now a very tricky example. There are a few tricky examples. One is Physalia. 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 Portuguese man of war. Portuguese. Portuguese man of war. Yeah, man of war. Portuguese man of war, Physalia. Come on. Polyp or Medusa? Portuguese man of war. Polyp or Medusa? Yes, this is very good. It is Shyam Chandu, correct. It is polyp. Polyp. Although it is swimming in water, but this is a polypoid stage. Polypoid stage. Physalia. Physalia. Corals. Corals. Okay. Corals. Then sea pen. Sea fan. Sea pen. Sea pen is Panetula. 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 Sea fan. Sea fan is Gorgonia. Gorgonia. This is sea fan. Sea fan. Gorgonia. Sea pen. Panetula. Sea pen. This is sea pen. Sea pen, Panetula, sea pen, corals. Corals are colonial. Corals are colonial. They have a calcium, they have a skeleton of calcium carbonate. Please remember, 3C for corals. 3C. 3C for corals. One of the C is coral. One of the C is coral. One of the C is colonial. This is an example of colonial form. And they have calcium carbonate exoskeleton. Calcium carbonate exoskeleton. On the next turn, yes, brain coral. Brain coral, you can give here brain coral. Meandrina. Meandrina. Meandrina, brain coral. Brain coral, meandrina, brain coral. Meandrina, meaning. We get a meaning of anything by brain. Brain help us to get the meaning. Brain help us to get the meaning. Have you seen the royal, no, not the British colonial, at the time of the colonial rule, the British ladies, and they were moving with a small fan. They are always carrying a fan, okay? They're royal. They can carry people who can give them fan, but that was considered as a sign of being gorgeous. That I am gorgeous, okay? I am gorgeous. Gorgonia. See fan, gorgon. I know it is weird. I know it is weird, but let's learn it. Sea fan, gorgonia. Sea pan, Panetula, that is easy. Coral 3C, colonial. Nidaria, which is colonial, which has a calcium carbonate exoskeleton. Some of the coral, like Corallium rubrum, this is worn, by, it is a semi-precious stone. It is red coral. It is called munga. Munga. It's a semi-precious stone. Actually, it is the skeleton of red coral. Munga, commonly called munga. It is used as a semi-precious stone. And in astrology, it is being used. So people are wearing it in necklace or people are wearing it in the fingers, okay? That is the skeleton of red coral, red coral. Red coral, Corallium rubrum. Red coral, Corallium, red coral, Corallium rubrum. Corallium rubrum. Coral. Munga. Red coral, Corallium rubrum. You can see this is the skeleton, and this is a ring which is made up of, yeah, in Telugu we call it pagadam. Telugu word is for this is pagadam, pagadam. This is a pagadam, you can see this is a pagadam. Okay, red coral, and these are the corals. Lot of red corals are here. Corallium rubrum, red coral. Okay, Corallium rubrum, red coral. Okay, bachon. So this is, yeah, this is, they have taken out and they have now shined the skeleton. Well, guys, that's all about this class. We will meet on the next turn, learn up to phylum Nidaria. Yes, we are meeting before test also. All the very best, sir. If larval stage present, then it is indirect. It is called indirect development, indirect. Okay. Isn't planaria considered to be highest region? Yes, good question, Preeti. Highest regeneration capacity in the whole phylum. Phylum having highest regeneration, Porifera. But in independent individual animal, then you can say it is, uh, what you said is planaria. So they can cut it into pieces and they can make so many planaria. Okay? Nidaria fertilization is external. Internal in papa. Yes. Day before yesterday, I think one day I told you papa, PPAA. Porifera, platyhelminths, esculminths, and arthropoda. These are the non-chordate phylum having internal fertilization, papa, PPAA. Okay, what are those? Yes, Porifera, platyhelminths, esculminths, that means both the worms, and arthropoda. Okay? God bless you. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Love you all. Love you all. Bye-bye. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.